What's up, everybody? I'm Chris Jacobs with another Optima Batteries high performance house call. This time we're going to head to upstate New York and check in on Tucci Hot Rods. Dave Tucci and his son Dom are hard at work. Let's FaceTime them and see what's going on at the shop.
Hey, Chris.
Dave, how's it going, man?
Good, and you?
What's been going on during quarantine? All good? How have you guys been spending your time during the lockdown?
No, we're all good. We're all good. A lot of work's been going on. Not too much has changed here. I mean, it's just my son and I, so we don't have to, we just try to keep away from some people, you know?
So other than building hot rods, which I'm sure you spent a lot of time on during lockdown, what are you guys doing otherwise? A lot of home cooking, maybe some home exercise? What's happening?
Yeah, actually, we've been working a lot. I mean, it's just, we have a lot of stuff backed up from, you know, our SEMA trips and all that stuff.
So how many projects do you have going in the shop right now?
Right now, we have 6 cars in here. So it's just 2 of us working on 6 cars.
Cool. And over there at Tucci Hot Rods, what's the main thing you guys work on? Is it older hot rod type cars? Are you working on newer stuff?
We do everything that's cool. Anything, we'll work on anything that's cool. So a little 40 Ford that we're working on, 47 Buick, like an aftermarket chassis, little Model A, 33 Ford in the background. And then the Dodge is here. The cab is actually out at the body shop. Wait,
cool. I see you slipped a little crate Hemi in there.
72 Chevelle with a twin turbo, big block Chevy. And then, you know, all of our sheet metal area. We have a big power hammer. I'm a metal shaper, so that's what I started doing. So I can do, you know, any machining or any of that stuff.
What are some of the projects that you guys recently finished?
We can take a walk out back and see those.
Cool, let's do that, and then we'll come back inside and,
let me
talk
flip you
specifically about the Dodge pickup.
Okay.
Love that 72, by the way. Look at that.
Yeah, this
Beautiful.
is, it's crazy. We're putting one of those billet aluminum Sean custom alloy intake on it. A set of mirrored Nelson turbos. And this is just a street car. This is no race car by any means.
Awesome. It may not be a race car by name, but it's certainly not going to lose many races. Wow, look at the space you guys have. That is amazing.
So the back here is actually my father's space. He does a winter storage deal. So he has a whole bunch of cars that come in for winter storage. You know, we're actually, it's still been snowing here. So it's kind of crazy that guys have been waiting to pick up their cars.
Yeah, a little bit of an extended winter up there in upstate New York. Here it is nearly mid-May and it's snowing. I mean,
Isn't
how
it?
crazy
It's crazy, crazy. It just had 2 inches of snow a couple days ago. That's nuts. So
guys are having to wait to get their cars. But it looks like you got about, what, maybe 30 or 40 cars in there.
Yeah, we could fit 53 cars in here.
That is cool.
So this is the 2016 Fiesta that Dom completely designed. We did as a Ford project vehicle, and we had it in the Ford booth at SEMA in 2016. All the fenders are handmade, all steel. The vents on the hoods are 3D printed. This is our 2018 Mustang. We went 200 with it at the Texas Mile.
Wow.
That was another Ford project vehicle we did for SEMA.
Wow, now did you guys hand fabricate that wing? I assume that's aluminum?
Yes.
That is cool. I love the exposed rivet look too. It's just so racy and industrial.
Yeah, it's got a chute on it for going over 200.
The exhaust looks pretty badass too.
Yeah, it's a full diffuser under it. This car was so stable at 200, it was ridiculous.
Wow, and you got the license plate on there so you can drive it on the street too.
Yeah, we drive it all the time. And then our third Ford project vehicle was this little EcoSport. And those fender flares are all 3D printed.
Wow. Was that at SEMA also?
Yes.
That was SEMA 2018. We finished this one. And,
gotcha.
And Ford sent us the CAD for these fenders. So I was able to pull the curves off of them. And then these are printed. This is 2 pieces. Then these are 3 pieces. So each fender is 5 pieces total.
Wow. And Dom, does metal shaping run in your family? I know you said your dad, Dave, is a metal shaper. Is your grandfather also a metal shaper?
Yeah, I mean, he's the one that kind of started the hobby. He used to build cars in the 2-stall garage that they had. And he had a 33 Willys that had a blown Keith Black Hemi in it. So he's been doing stuff for a long time.
Listen, let's do this next. Why don't you guys take me to the 3D printer?
Okay.
Since we've been talking so much about it, and you can show me the machine and show me the materials that you use.
All right, so this is our little design studio in here. This used to be our showroom, and I kind of took it over as my office space and little studio.
Nice.
So right now we have 2 Ultimakers. So that's these machines here. And then we have 1 larger scale Creality machine. And this machine is a little bit more difficult using those specialty materials on, because I don't have a full enclosure in it, and you really have to manage the heat when you're printing with like ABS, nylon, stuff like that.
Is it similar then, Dom, to a CNC machine essentially?
Kinda. So
just instead of cutting out of a piece of metal, you're creating something.
Yeah.
But it's the computer program. That's what kind of dictates what the final product is going to be.
Exactly. So they call this additive manufacturing as opposed to subtractive. So you can see this one is just building in layers. And so this is one of the diffuser pieces for the 36 Dodge, and this has been going for a couple hours now, and it'll probably go into the night. So it's not an incredibly quick process, but you can kind of make things that you wouldn't really be able to make any other way. So on that Dodge, we're actually printing the taillights too.
Oh, cool.
So this is out of PETG, and we're going to be sanding these and polishing them until they look like a molded piece. Here's the rear diffuser. It's a pretty massive piece. It's out of 6 pieces right now, and they kind of just clip together. So this isn't like the final piece. This is kind of a prototype one. So we'll print it a little bit thicker, so you can sand it and bodywork it, and then it'll be a finished piece.
So when those 6 pieces are snapped together, what holds them in place?
So this black stuff right here, that's a 2-part epoxy. It's like a panel bond.
Okay.
And so that, makes it like there's not even a gap there, and you can sand that really nice. So you can see how like the pieces sort of slide together, sort of like a dovetail.
Wow. Yeah, that's really cool.
And so this took me almost a week to print all this stuff, but I was able to scan the back of the truck with an Xbox Kinect camera, and got it close enough to where I can model this rear diffuser on it. So he'll just prop it up in there, and you can see how that's going to look.
That looks very similar to the rear diffuser that you did on the 200-mile-an-hour Mustang.
Yep, so it's a sort of similar shape. This has a lot more thickness to it because it's printed. The one that we did for the Mustang was out of sheet metal. I wanted it to be really, really shapely, because this whole truck is going to be really shapely. Like this whole deck lid. I drew this truck up probably 4 or 5 years ago, and it kind of just came in on a cheaply made chassis and just a cab pretty much. So we've made everything from scratch, and we just kind of went wild with the shape of it, and it's not going to be like any other 36 Dodge out there.
And down below, it looks like you guys are going to have a center exhaust.
Yeah, so we actually printed that too. That's this piece right here. And
oh, wow, that's awesome.
This piece is going to be machined out of aluminum, so we can print things for mock-up and then have them cut out later.
Okay, so that piece that your dad is holding right now is not the final piece that's going to be installed. It's kind of like a template for the billet piece you're going to create?
Yep, yeah, exactly.
As far as labor goes, you mentioned that you printed this rear diffuser, but you fabricated the rear diffuser for the Mustang. Is it a lot of time saving to print it versus fabricating it?
It's actually probably quicker to just fab it by hand. But when you're trying to get the shapes that we're trying to do with this one, it's cost effective and time effective to print it.
Wow, that's cool. Really cool. So how far along in this project are you guys?
A few years, 4 or 5 years, on and off.
So that's obviously a very, very patient customer that you have, who's that truck is being built for.
Yeah, for sure. We're very lucky to have some really awesome customers that they appreciate the final result and they know how long these cars take to do.
Beautiful headers there too. Are those custom fabricated?
Yep, those are all.
We do those all in-house.
Yeah, my dad made those.
Way cool.
And it's got a Borla 8 stack on it, which is going to be pretty neat.
That's a beautiful system. That's going to look really cool when you pop open that hood.
Yeah. And the front, my dad fabbed all the front. It's kind of a bunch of different styles merged together. Like there's like a little bit of 38 Dodge in there with kind of how it rolls down. And the grill is like sort of based off the new Viper, just kind of proportioned differently.
Yeah.
So it's just a bunch of different things mashed together that we hope is gonna be one cohesive thing at the end.
Nice. God, you guys do really good metalwork there. That's beautiful. I assume that entire bed is hand fabricated?
Yes.
Yep. Everything you see is hand fabbed. Up here we have a little storage area too. So that's all made in there, so you could put, lawn chairs, I guess, if you're going to a car show.
If when you're going to the car show to show off the truck, you're going to need something to sit on while people are drooling on it.
Exactly.
So when are you thinking that you're going to be finished?
We're hoping the box will go to the body shop next week. And we're trying to get it done for Syracuse Nationals, which is in July. So we'll be pushing on it pretty hard. And then,
That's amazing to think that just the two of you can get a project like that finished in such a short time, because we're here in May now, so we're talking just a couple more months before you guys will have that truck ready. That's really great.
Right,
yeah.
Right.
I'll show you this quick. Speaking of Syracuse Nationals, we built 11 giveaway cars for them. So they do this program where a person who attends the show is entered to win a car. And so we put this together. It was their 20th anniversary, and we decided to go a little wild with this one. So it's got cantilevered front suspension on it.
Oh, that's cool.
And then it's got a twin turbo V6 out of the F-150. And we put a manual trans in it. So the interior is just really, really simple and sort of race style.
I love that. I love the real bare bones, kind of very industrial look on an interior like that. And that metalwork is just gorgeous. Nicely done, guys.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
So this was out front, like the turnaround at SEMA?
Yes.
It was in that little turnaround area.
Very cool. I love the exposed turbo and the exposed suspension. Such a cool look because you can really see what's making the car go.
Yeah. We got a big diffuser on this one too. We like diffusers. I've noticed that.
It's kind of becoming your signature look there at Tucci Hot Rods.
Yeah, right?
That's great, man. I'm loving it. You know what? It's not such a bad thing. It's snowing outside in May when you could be inside that cool shop and working. I mean, you guys probably might feel the itch to get outside if it was warm and sunny, but since it's basically February there right now, you can stay in the shop and get some more work done.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
Well, hey, man, I'll let you guys get back to work. Dave and Dom, Tucci father and son at Tucci Hot Rods, and say hi to your dad for me, too. Sorry we couldn't talk to him and get 3 generations of Tucci. All right, guys, stay
Good talking to
safe
you.
and keep up the great hot rodding.
Sounds good. We'll see you out there.